Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, turn on those notifications, and become part of the Wayneko crew. My name is Wayne, and this is Wayneko. You know, it would be really cool if they had some kind of like soda machine dispenser that dispensed these things. And I think that I even like heard rumors that at like one of the New York toy fairs that they had this. They had like a whole like vending machine for these things. I don't know if there's any truth to that, but it's kind of cool, like thinking that maybe you would be able to walk up to some kind of vending machine, throw in however much money, and it spits out one of the sodas that you want. And they're making so many of these things anymore that it's becoming crazy to try and like keep up with the series, right? Because I was trying to collect every one of them, and now I'm kind of like falling off the path of collecting every one of them just because they've made so many of them. But today, we got some turtles. So I've got Leonardo, I've got Shredder. I know Shredder's not a turtle, but he's still from the same, like, you know, show. so hey, we're going to get Leonardo open first. His can looks just like the rest of them. He does have a chase variant, so we have our fingers crossed for the chase variants. It's just like the rest of the cans. I really like how they keep the cans the same, right? The only thing they change is the color of them. So sometimes you'll see it with the green, sometimes you'll see it in purple, and then sometimes it's black and white. I mean, it's just always different in the color scheme, but never different in the layout. So it's really cool how they do that. Hey, and like I said, they are making a lot of these things lately. I think that they've done all of the turtles so far. I kind of missed some of them. I mean, like I said, it's becoming really hard to keep up with them because they have made so many of them. They do have a lot of them on Entertainment Earth, so if you haven't made it over there and this is something that you're going to collect, go over there and check them out. They do still have a lot of them for sale over there, like the Superman and some of the turtles, but there's just so many of them anymore. It is just insane. Now, just as always, guys, I'm going to kind of open this thing and set this to the side because that milk cap or pog or whatever you want to call it inside will tell us if this is the chase variant or not. So I really don't want to know until we get him all the way open, right? I mean, it's just one of those things. To me, it just makes it a little bit more fun if I don't know if I got a chase variant. Now, I'm going to tell y'all that it's kind of hard to pull a chase variant on these things. I counted the other day, I have 20 of them in the display, and then I have another 4 or 5 just waiting to be opened for a video, and I've only found 2 chase variances out of all of those. I mean, so the chase variances are just not that easy to get your hands on. And let's see what we have. So this is not the chase variants, but it is still really cool. Let's take a closer look at him. Now, they have Leonardo down as 1 out of 10,500. So I'm trying to. It's 1250. Okay, so they made 12,500 of them, and so there's only 2,000 chase variances of this guy out there. I mean, so that right there should tell you the odds are kind of hard to find these chase variances. These sodas have quickly became like one of my favorite lines that Funko has made in 2020. Now, I'm going to tell you that there's also another favorite line that they've made in 2020, and that is going to be the Funko albums. I mean, they are coming in as a strong number 2 into the things that I'm collecting, and I don't really see any real paint spillover on him. I don't see any blemishes to talk about. He's just done really well, and it seems like the sodas, the quality control on the sodas tends to be a little higher for some reason than it is on the pops. And I don't know if it's just a different way that they're making these or what's going on there that makes these guys just a little bit higher quality when it comes to the paint. I mean, because you don't really see paint spillover. You just don't see a lot of problems in these guys that you see with the pops, and it could be the number, right? Maybe they make hundreds of thousands of the pops and they're only making 12,000 of this guy, so the quality control is a little easier to control, right, in that aspect. Now, I don't know, you know, like I say a lot of times when we're talking about Funko, we're just speculating, right? We are simply speculating what's going on without having some kind of insider knowledge, right? Shredder is really cool. He is going to have a 1250. It's going to be 1250. Did you hear me? It's going to be another 12,500 piece run, which tells me again he's going to have 2,000 of those are going to be a chase variants, which are really cool, guys. And look, I love how they do these because there's no real way of telling if you have a chase variant inside of the can with that wrapper on, right? So when you come to a retail store, you know that there's not going to be any kind of chase hoarding, or maybe like I don't know if I want to call it chase hoarding, but there's no special treatment to them, right? No one gets to see it and decide if they're going to put it on the shelf or not, or if they're going to ship it to you. This is pretty blind when it comes to that, and I think that's one of the reasons I really enjoy these guys when I get those. Shredder would be pretty cool. I mean, any of these guys would be really cool to have in a chase, but if I don't get them in a chase, it doesn't really hurt my feelings a whole lot, because I don't really collect these guys because I have to have the chase. I collect these guys because I really like this line of Funko, right? I want to say line of Pops, but it's not a line of Pops. They made these guys their own line, all on their own, and let's see if we got the chase or not. We did not get the chase on Shredder either, but look, that's okay. You know, I'm okay with not getting the chase on these guys. Let's take a closer look at him. Quickly became in 2020 one of my favorite lines, and we didn't get the chase, and once again he's 1 out of 10,500, so that tells me that there's 2,000 of these guys out there that are a chase variants, and which I was saying a second ago, it makes getting the chase variants a little difficult, right? The paint job on him looks really well. I don't see any like paint spillover in the skin tone that I would normally see like in a pop. The capes on them to me are just super simple. There's not a whole lot that they could do wrong in a cape. It's just an injection molded piece. It's already colored that color. I mean, so when it comes to those, there's just not a whole lot that can go wrong. He is a really cool pop, but I'm gonna be honest, I think that maybe Leonardo was a little bit cooler of a soda than him, but I think that that's just left up to my opinion, right? At the end of the day, these guys are some really awesome figures. If this is something that you're into collecting, and if you're into the pops, I'm just convinced that you'll be into the sodas. Now, I say that, but I know that we're all a little different in the collecting world, and it's really cool sometimes to see other people's collections. So coming up here soon, guys, I know I did a collection video at the beginning of the year, and I'm going to do a collection video toward the end of the year, as promised. I mean, that way you can see the transition from the beginning of the year to this point. I mean, and it gives me something to look at as well, right? I mean, it gives me something to look back and say, wow, that's where my collection was at the beginning of the year. This is where my collection's at the end of the year. And I'm gonna do the same thing probably next year. I don't know if it'll be like that, but I'll figure out exactly how I'm gonna do that. And if there's any videos that you guys would like me to do, how about throw in a comment down below and say, hey Wayne, this is something that I would like to see. I mean, because I'm always up for suggestions when it comes to this kind of stuff, right? And I had just started my Facebook group, guys, so if you haven't joined my Facebook group, the link will be down in the description below as well. Go check that out. I think as of now there's only like 2 or 3 people following that page, but in all fairness, I just started that page a few weeks ago, 3 or 4 weeks ago, and it's just something that I'm going to build on and build on and build on. And I think Instagram kind of taught me this trick when they put me in jail, that I need to have more than one way of communicating with you guys, just in case Instagram puts me back in jail for some reason. But guys, don't forget, subscribe to the channel, turn on those notifications, and become part of the Wayneko crew. There is no Wayneko crew without you, and I truly appreciate y'all. Until next time, guys, have a good one.